Hey guys, we're back with Chaos Head. Wanted to call it there today, but I wanted to play more Chaos Head. Okay, so we're taking Yua to go get Blood Tune Post Awakening Sarah Tan figurine, and we're about to do that. Still don't trust her, of course, but they lectured her on this and that about anime. You're right in front of Animate. Wow, got in there way faster than I thought. Got so into it that I talked way too much. It's all because Yua was good at listening. Churned me out with true interest while I showed her off my knowledge in all kinds of areas. That was why, even though I was aware it had to be a trap, I found myself wanting to tell her everything I knew. I was supposed to be bad at talking. This was a first for me. I could converse with them almost as if I was chatting online. What a strange sensation. My heart's kind of racing. Uh, please don't leave before me, okay? Okay. My demeanor growing increasingly nervous, Yua asked one of the clerks about pre-ordering the post-awakening vision of Sarah. Suddenly watched firm beside her. Been casing the place for a chance to escape, but Yua kept throwing anxious looks at me, so I couldn't move an inch. Afterwards, at Yua's request, we looked around the rest of the store. An overjoyed Yua told me, no matter how much money I brought here, I wanted to buy more. But I didn't have the energy to smile back at her. Oh, that's it? Apparently, Yua took the train to and from school. As a result, I had to accompany her to the Shinsen train station. She seemed gentle and timid, but she was actually pretty stubborn. She'd couch her demands in such a way that they didn't seem at all demanding or selfish. That was dark of her, man. You had to be one of those dark characters. You have a cell phone? You abruptly asked me right as we arrived at the station. Cell phone, huh? I feebly shook my head. Don't have one? Is there no other way to contact you? Contact? What did she plan to accomplish by contacting me? Surely she didn't intend to make me mail her over every little thing? But don't you have a computer? I have one too, so could we exchange email addresses? Don't they in Japan use just email instead of texting? I don't really know why that is, but I know that happens. Why? When the figure comes out, I have to go pick it up. Can we go together again? So I don't quite have the courage to go to anime by myself, so that was carefully done. Besides, this girl is ingenious. Ishijo, I want to. Even though I understood that, I couldn't refuse her. I feel bad if I turned her down. Become. The third dimension was truly terrifying. Better friends with you. Wah! Was it because I wasn't used to talking to people? Or because her conversational skills? What? Is he not listening? Or just that good? Whatever the case, it doesn't seem like you would be ready to return until I gave her my email address. And she anxiously looked up at me through her glasses. For some reason, it stole away my will to resist. Despite the fact that goosebumps covered my whole body, chills were running down my spine, I could neither run away nor reject her. There's something bizarre about Yua. This atmosphere wasn't normal. Couldn't clearly explain why it wasn't in normal words. But in any case, it was abnormal. Before I realized it, I'd written my email address off a scrap of notebook paper and handed it over to Yua. After happily accepting it, Yua nodded at me and disappeared into the station. I stood there, dazed for a full 10 minutes, feeling as though my soul had been sucked out of me. Nightheart, current member is 2. Is it Grim or Shogun? Or someone else? What do you think of a girl like that? No idea what to do anymore. She's definitely got some kind of ulterior motive. That's all I can come up with. Let me guess, she's actually Grim. Are you listening? Uh, Ariel Grim? What in the name? What is the name of this Ariel gay? No, you have to do it in blue, not red. That night, as we chatted, I tried Grim's advice on what to do about Yua. I didn't think anything would come of it if I went on suspecting everyone and everything, all on my own. But there was his answer. To be fair, I'd have the exact same reaction the first time I spoke with Yua. I was an idiot for asking you. Wait, Lol, are you serious? And you've got flags standing up all over the place. What do you do? Thanks, you sure get them done right. Dude, who was it that said he wasn't interested in the third dimension? That was me. Look, it's not that kind of relationship. Grim reacted the same way as Masumi. What if, contrary to all expectations, they were the same person? Guys like you with no romantic experience have a tendency to graduate from being otaku the second they get a woman. It's common sense that your girlfriend wouldn't want you. Ooh, you see, because that's one of those borderline. Do I translate that funny too, just for the sake of the joke? Hold on, let me consult the dictionary. Let me see here. It's gonna be page 67. I don't know where I'm going with this joke. I just opened a book I was reading. Well, I haven't actually read it in a few months. Whenever you start a book, but then you just don't read it for a couple months, and then you pick it up again after a couple months, and you're like, okay, I kind of remember this. And it's a mystery novel, so I basically have to start from the beginning if I want to solve it. But then, starting from the beginning, it was so slow to begin with, you know? You know what I mean? Did he just call me a dummy? Oh, I can hear that's Sarah Tan's voice. Changed my settings so that she'd say the same line whenever I got a new email. When I casually checked my email client, the field for the sender's name was Kusanagi Iwa. Oh, wow, that was fast. Got an email just now. Here it comes, and I don't know what to make of that email from a 3D girl. Never received one before. Took a gulp and opened it. Contents were completely infused with her neatness and good breeding. However, she also used emoticons to create a sense of friendliness. Okay, let's read it. Sender, Kusanagi Iwa. Time sent, blank PM. To Tay, not Tay, T underscore Takumi. Good evening, this is Kusanagi. Decided to send you an email right away. I'd be delighted if you'd save my email address. Cute emoticon. Thank you so much for coming with me today. I think with an emoticon M. Sorry, but I had a lot of fun. It was my first time going to a store like that. Might also have been because you were there with me. Lol. When are you coming to school tomorrow? If you were to ask why I want to know such a thing, well, I'd like to greet you in the morning. It'd be nice if we bumped into each other in the morning. In any case, I'll email you again later. Good night. And then emoticon. I think that's a flag. Oh, she's raising a flag. Get it? The cat is. Oh, right. I already got that. But with parts like, because you were there with me, and I'd like to greet you in the morning. And you could also interpret it as being part of some scheme of yours. Post it. It's normal stuff, man. Just saying hello. Come on, just post it. Post it. Do you think you posted it? Oh, okay, you just posted the lines. Grim was being so obnoxious that I decided to just throw the whole thing up there. Though I made sure to remove our personal information, of course. Huh, huh. What a lovey-dovey email. You gotta just go off and die. Come on, think about it seriously. It's gotta be some kind of trap. Yeah, conspiracy, conspiracy, conspiracy. Aren't you just overthinking things? To me, it just looks like you've set off her flag. Only a little longer till you reach your good end. That's impossible. I don't think she actually has her out, actually, dude. Although, I think in Noah, the hero ones have their own outs. Maybe. Not for sure about that, but girls otaku like me and a real life girl who's that cute would never get together. Well, now you're just praising your honey. Answer seriously once in a while. Angry face. Yeah, that's why you're saying you're overthinking things. You have the same interests and stuff, don't you? Nowadays, it'll be hard for you to find another nice, healthy girl like her. You know that much already. You're such a good girl that it was actually kind of disagreeable. Actually, well, the whole stalker actually started out with might have been overdoing it. She likes you enough. You're driven by that kind of impulse. She likes the anime, right? She's an impossibly ideal. Look, okay, Grim. This is too much. Grim, are you go and make her adapt to your tastes. That might not be so bad. No. That's exactly what she wanted me to think. Be happy you got your first picked up. This is Misumi. I'm not interested in the third dimension. Really, you want to go out with her so badly you can't help it, right? If you want to get out of your otaku cocoon, now's your chance. Make no mistake, you won't get this kind of chance again. That's true, but congrats on your newfound popularity. Instead of freaking out, go on the attack. Just act like Nightheart, except in real life. All lights geared ahead. If I could do that, it wouldn't be such a struggle. There was something I learned from talking to Yua yesterday and the day before yesterday. It was enjoyable and made me happy. But more so than that, it wore me out, and it was a huge bother. Rather than continuing to be forced to go through all that, I might as well just stick to the 2D world, where I could live however I wanted. Which is why I didn't send an email or reply to Yua's mail. And he burned the email. No, you don't burn emails. They're digital. It's going up in flames. Your tongues of flame danced inside the incinerator. They're burning a sailor uniform and a number of textbooks. Who's this? The house was located at the foot of the mountains. From its garden, one could look out across the inland sea. The sound of boat steam whistles came faintly from afar. A refreshing, salty breeze softly shook the trees just beyond the house's eaves. In the midst of that tranquil airflow, only a small-statured young girl, only Orihara Kazui, standing motionless in front of the incinerator, bore about her a heavy atmosphere. Fixed incessantly on the sailor uniform. Let me take another. I'm out of drink! Now what? I'm out of drink. Transforming the flame into the incinerator. Her eyes were a vermilion glow. They were the sailor uniform she had worn in the textbook she had used up until just yesterday, I assumed. She made no effort to move from the spot, as though she were reluctant to part with them, despite the fact that she herself had set them on fire. She abruptly knitted her eyebrows in anguish and covered her ears hard. But then she leaves a scrap of purple behind to hide the fact that they burned the Maya Faye's. That was an Ace Attorney reference. I think it was case 2-2. Something like that happened. Her mouth opened with difficulty, but nothing more happened. Neither groaning nor complaining. She simply breathed raggedly. She shook her head over and over, as if to push something away. Still covering her ears, she gradually crumbled in place. When her bottom hit the ground, she moved her chin just a little, as though exhausted, gazed expressionlessly up at the sky. She remained in that position for several minutes without so much as a twitching. With equal sadness, she turned away confidently, as though she had heard someone's voice. Before her lay the house's veranda. Veranda? I think it's veranda. Though it was the middle of the day, it was dim within the wood-constructed house, over a 50-year-old house. She couldn't see much beyond the veranda. Did it say her name? I don't think there's been anything other than, like, her. Yeah. Well, Kazoo, the instrument. I think it's Kozue. Shakily rose to her feet and walked up to the veranda. Her mother appeared right then, as though she had calculated the timing. Kazooie? I was looking for you. Is your luggage ready? Kazooie nodded and sat lightly on the edge of the veranda. The day after tomorrow, we'll be saying goodbye to this house. Standing next to her, mother cast a look at the serene inland sea. It's your first time going to a place like Tokyo. It'll be wonderful if you make some nice friends. Like some creepy guy who obsesses over the 2D world. Kazue neither nodded nor shook her head in response to her mother's considerate words. Holding her silence, she continued gazing desolately at the incinerator over in a corner of the garden, which even now went on harboring its flames. Following week's special going day, as melancholy as usual, I stared down at my feet on the way to school. It was about time for the season to start changing to autumn in earnest. Trees in Shoto Park were gradually becoming more colorful, short sleeves were starting to get a little chilly. Since I typically stayed indoors all the time, the changing of the seasons only perplexed me. Wait, short sleeves? What? But everyone's wearing long sleeves. Still felt like it was supposed to be summer. I had played ESO all weekend. Grim kept asking me about Yua, but I ignored him from start to finish. Yua hadn't mailed me once since then. She might have finally given up, since I didn't send a reply. That'd be a huge relief. Got all mixed up when I talked to Yua. Soon we were on the verge of discovering some hope for myself. But there's no point in a creepy otaku like me embracing hope. I lived all this time without ever once getting rewarded for anything, so I lost interest in the third dimension. Please don't make me expect anything. Please don't expect anything of me. Someone tapped me on the shoulder from behind. Thinking it was Nanami or Misumi, I turned around and was surprised. Hey. Yua smiled at me, her cheeks slightly flushed. For some reason, she was out of breath. Saw you from way back there. Thought it might be you, so I ran to catch up. Could this possibly mean she hadn't given up yet? She still had expectations for me? Good morning, Nishijo. June. Yeah. Finally got to say it. Though it took 4 days, including Saturday. I sent you an email last week. Did you read it? Without meaning to, I nodded reflexively. Thank goodness. Since there's no reply, I was convinced I hadn't reached you. There's so many times when I was about to resend it, but I guess I was right to hold back. What on earth did you expect from me? Should I fall in love with you? Should I become your boyfriend? Should we live our lovey-dovey lives as a couple? No way! Couldn't act so wholesome. Wanted to, but it would never happen. Besides, I don't understand how you had come to think so well of me. Couldn't have faith in her. That's what made it impossible. Nishijo, is something wrong? Eh? You've been standing there all this time. Hastily walked off, leaving you all behind. She caught up by trotting. Went to your classroom yesterday, but you weren't there. Were you? Thought maybe you weren't at school because you caught a cold or something, and I got worried. I'm glad you seem fine. Oh yeah, you see, I only go to school 2.5 times a week. Whoops. I don't... Yes? I don't often come to school. Everyone thinks I'm a hikomori. Well, I mean, you are a hikomori. Well, I mean, technically you're not. But you're on your way to becoming one. Surely I've disillusioned her. Surely, knowing what I was really like, she lost all friendly thoughts towards me. I don't mind, because I hadn't expected anything from the start. Go on, think of me as creepy and gross, and from now on, please stay away from me. I see, and I'm glad I got to see you today. I was floored. Without thinking, I scrutinized Yua's smile intently. Our eyes met, and I was forced to hastily turn my face away. Why is it that I don't weird you out? Rather, since you do come to school, even if it's only once in a while, I don't think you're a hikomori. Sorry, acting like I know what I'm talking about. But it's really tough. That's what makes you admirable. Please don't have expectations. Eh? I couldn't have so much as imagined that should reply with such words. What could possibly be admired about a useless human being like me? Yua smiled tenderly. Honestly thought it was a smile that could heal people. Because even if it's hard for you, you try your best to come to school. Tries his best? I mean, he made a charge to avoid going to school as much as possible. Normally, if it were that painful, I wouldn't be able to come at all. But I'm an otaku and I'm disgusting. I like listening to what you have to say. Please. I'm not falling for it. This facade? What on earth was it? This information on my whole being. Why did it feel so comforting? I had the feeling that you would be able to embrace everything about me. I had the feeling that you would tell me it was alright to be here. If I were with you, I might be able to be a regular... Don't fall for it! Don't do it! No, it's the warning bell. Without my noticing it, our surroundings became empty of students. Sure. Everyone was already inside the school building. Well then, Nishijo, I have to go. Oh, are you free after school today? Eh? If you're okay with it, let's leave school together. She remembered shyly, blushing a bit. I'll wait for you in the courtyard after school, if you feel like it. Please come. Oh, you don't have to push yourself, I'll be fine. Excuse me. You gave me a courteous bow and ran off towards this building where the seniors' classrooms were located. Watching her go, I pinched my cheek again. It really wasn't a dream or a delusion. Stayed in a daze during all my classes that day. Or rather, I didn't pay the least attention to what was going on in my classes. Propping my chin up with one hand, I gazed on the autumn sky beyond the window. Neither my classmates nor my teachers took any heed of me. But Yua looked at me. Who was different from the rest of those nice people who lived life separate from me. As I went on thinking along those lines and having all sorts of daydreams, classes suddenly came to an end. So there was something that happened in the anime? It probably happened around this time. I wonder, is that going to happen, or... I don't really remember it too well. So I don't really want to say it, just in case it does end up happening. You know, it'd be a spoiler. Yo, Taku, going on another date today? Going with the four guys from before, right? Hey, don't hesitate because you're a slacker. Setting aside, going out with her or not going out with her, she likes you. It's only proper to... Oh, dude, do her a favor by buying her a nice gift. I won't. Hey, don't shout all of a sudden. Oh, I shouted. Won't do stuff like that to you. What are you saying? I gave up from the very beginning. About time to graduate from being a hikomori, man. Not a hikomori. You shouldn't have said that kind of thing in the first place. Don't understand Masumi, who lived through his nether regions. Masumi looked puzzled, but I ignored him and hurried off out of the classroom. Shortest route to the courtyard involved crossing the corridor to the building where the seniors' classes were held, and going down the stairs from there, probably. Since I don't come to school much, I wasn't very knowledgeable about which parts of the school building were connected to where. I wasn't sure of where all the specialized classrooms were either, so I felt a tad insecure as I went down the corridor. Huh? What's this? Yumiko! What are you doing here? A lone girl stood at the dead center of the passageway, looking out into the sky. She had a terribly severe look on her face. Despite what she was doing, she didn't have anything like a fading, waning atmosphere to her. I do not recognize her at all. Except for Yumiko. Though she was clearly getting in the way if we ever might try to pass. She didn't budge an inch. I must have heard my footsteps. I'm in a hurry. Please move out of the way. Something about her gave off the smell of one of those delinquent types. Better be careful to stay away from her as far as possible, to avoid meeting her eyes. With that in mind, I swiftly tried to skirt around behind Girl B. Hi. No, she's not talking to me. Don't make eye contact. She's trying to squeeze some money out of me? Or say she didn't like the way I looked? Drag me off to a delinquent hangout and have me lunch there? What? That's a bit too far. Give me a break. I haven't done anything wrong. When I cautiously surveyed Girl B, she glared at me. You know, who am I? Who are you? Eh. Even if she asked me who, Nishijo Takumi. Not that she had any way of knowing my name, of course, given that we've never met before. She's planning on doing something horrible to me. No doubt about it. Excuse me. Bowing my head so as to avoid looking at Girl B, sprinted off at top speed. When they had dashed down the stairs from the seniors building and left outside, checked behind my back, seemed like the scary-looking girl from before had come chasing me. Thank God. Head of the third dimension for having traps at every turn. I don't think the third dimension has many traps. I think the 2D world has a lot more, actually. If you get what I'm implying. Looked around the courtyard as I collected my wild breathing. Sandwiched between the pool and school building, so long and narrow that it might have been more fitting to call it a pathway. There were flower beds at regular intervals, and now the purple flowers particularly stood out. What were these flowers called again? Didn't really know. Spotted Yua standing in front of one of those flower beds, gazing idly at the flowers. She really was there. She waited for me. She waited for me and none other. Yua won't have betrayed me. No, dude. Don't fall for it. Might be alright if we leave in here. You might be able to save me. Don't fall for it. Gazing her face, Yua noticed I was there. As I watched, her eyes grew wider and wider. Embarrassed, I shifted my gaze away and stood in place. I didn't know whether it was okay for me to walk up with her. Why was she surprised? Maybe I shouldn't have come. As I wavered, Yua came running up to me. Hey, that startled me. Eh? You really came. I'd given up, thinking you wouldn't show. And I'm glad I waited. Maybe you tended to think along much the same lines as I did, viewing everything pessimistically and so on. One thing about us was radically different. Viewed things negatively and did nothing about it. You viewed things negatively and took action of your own accord. I honestly respect her for her ability to be so proactive. I want to be more like her. Will you walk back with me? Answered her hesitant question with a nod. Side by side, you and I headed for the main gate. Somehow, it was kind of embarrassing. I also started to have the feeling that the other students leaving school were watching us enviously. The more conscious I became of it, the jerkier I got. Going on home with the school? Going on home with the school! Just load the school on the back of a truck. They get racing with you. That's a Carnival Phantasm reference. Just the two of us was impossible after all. What was that? Passed by an unfamiliar teacher. who, given he has a sprite, is somehow important. Though I only assumed he was a teacher because he was wearing a suit instead of a uniform. So either he's going to die or he's evil. Because he's an adult. So there really such a young teacher around here? Since I rarely came to school, I had no memory of the teachers' faces. There were even times when I'd forgotten about what my homeroom teacher looked like. Glancing around all the while, the suit-clad teacher went towards the school building. What's the matter? Flustered, I shook my head and resumed walking at you aside. I don't know if... You see, because I don't know how these scenes will go. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know, maybe it's, an uneventful walk, to the station and then back home. Or maybe it's actually, oh no, evil Seirin spies, ninjas. But there's just a scene shift, so I'll call it there. And I'll probably stop recording there for today. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.